Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Marianne and this is Marianne's Mystic Mentions. So happy to be here with you. I am going to be reading for the February, beginning of the month readings. Not sure if I'll be doing a mid-month yet or not. Definitely will be doing a March, and then I have a surgery that I'm letting everyone know about. I think mid-March at this point. Could be a little before that. And so there'll be a break, but so talk about that later. I'm excited to read the beautiful Oracle, Tarot, Divination, Love, Connection of all type readings and messages for you, because it's been very interesting. What I will say, I'm reading these at the end of January, so the last week, it's the 27th. And I know, actually 26th. And I think we all knew and certainly have heard about it a lot. This is the main focus about the astrology aspect that's affecting us globally, along with, personally. It's always a personal thing too, especially with retrogrades. But we did have the majority of the month of, January being in the season of Capricorn. I believe we entered into January from at least the latter part of December, don't quote me, with Mercury in Capricorn. And then, of course, the beautiful Venus retrograde, which has taken place in Capricorn, started on December 19th of 2021, but the shadow period had started a good month before, and it will continue to be in retrograde in the sign of Capricorn, Venus, until the 29th. And then the shadow period will come out of it, and it'll be cleared by, I'm told, the 6th or so of March. So we've only got a few days left in this month before the retrograde stations direct, but remembering there's always the dust that has to settle and clear, because it's been asleep a little while. Not asleep, but it's slowed way down, the momentum, the energies that come from Venus. What are those again? There's some very important aspects to Venus, and Venus, being the most beautiful feminine Venetian planet, represents love. Definitely beautification of all kinds, inside, outside, aesthetically, feeling good, joy, relationships, huge key part of the love and the aspects and relationships that Venus is so very, very in tune with and tends to promote. So those things get slowed down. Perhaps there's delays in all aspects of that. Money, did I say money? Money is really important with Venus. I never want to override that. Now, what's interesting is we have the two signs, which are Libra and Taurus, that are ruled by Venus. So if you have either of those predominantly in your chart, as I do, you're going to feel it. And it doesn't mean it's the end of the world. It's never that. I had said I was going to do only January because the beginning of the month, January readings, because the whole month of January has that retrograde of Venus. But then again, we had Mercury retrograde starting in Aquarius, another air sign, which will be all air signs this year again, the Mercury retrogrades, except I think the last one, which is a very mini small one. Point in case, the energies are pretty much the same as I'm reading this. But trust me when I tell you, when Mercury retrograde stations direct on February 3rd, and then, the shadowy period after that, the momentum is all absolutely changing. From the beginning of February through the end, it's going to be a whole different vibe, and it's going to be phenomenal, because that energy, that momentum, that movement, all the things that were put on the back burner and had to be delayed, and like my readings, honestly, it took through the 21st of January to upload my last video. And normally it's just such a sweet, easy, process, and it just wasn't going to be. And I know this, and I love this when you know this about Mercury retrogrades, because the things that happen with Mercury retrograde or Venus or retrogrades in general, they happen throughout your life. They happen throughout the year. We're in Mercury retrograde season for half of every year. So it's something we're familiar with. And what I love is preparing for it with the right mindset always, knowing there's going to be delays. As a massage therapist with a private practice, that any of you who've been watching me know this is what I do. And I've had that, and it's just like, okay, reschedule, pass. It is what it is. And I feel so much calmer knowing that I accept it all. I am more flexible, and I'm not going to fight it. I'm not going to feel really bad. I mean, there are still times I'm like, oh, really? Okay, but it opened up some other avenues for me, and I know it can do that for all of us. So I've done my rant, and I just wanted to say, I hope that these get uploaded relatively quickly because I'm doing them before February. Please bear with me and have patience though, because I will always do them no matter what the time, because the readings to me are essential and important whenever you read them. It's not so linear in the spirit world as far as time, so I love that about it. And I'm going to start, of course, with my featured sign, I like to call them, the beautiful, drum roll, first sign of the zodiac, fiery, passionate, leader, cardinal, energetic, Mars ruled. And by the way, Mars just went into Capricorn as well. Still a lot of Capricorn energy. Grounded, earth, success driven, but very regimented. Saturn, taskmaster, serious kind of nature of, okay, let's get down to brass tacks. Let's figure out what we have to do, the detail work. Because you got plans coming up, might as well lay the groundwork, right? That's the ideal aspect and the way to work with Capricorn. And then depending on where it is in your personal chart, it's longevity, it's long-term plans, it's just knowing that when you put one foot in front of the other and plant those seeds, they will grow. Have that patience. That's a very huge thing I have to tell you, Aries, which is not easy for you. I know. I've said many times, I have an Aries moon. I get that. It's a part of me, I'm like, oh my gosh. But I've learned, and it's getting better, and it feels better, because when you stop the resistance and the thing you're trying to push with like the rams, the horns on a ram, when you let that go as you're aging, or even if you're younger, I pray it is when you're younger, it'll be a lot easier. It just feels better, and your body is in better shape, and it doesn't get the stresses that cause, not feeling well and those types of things. So for you, beautiful Aries, I am going to pick your highlighted connection. And just let you know that this is going to be a very remarkable year for you, because Jupiter has changed signs from Aquarius into beautiful, beautiful Pisces. And that happened on the 29th of December. And it will be in Pisces through May 10th. And then it will go into your sign, Aries. So we'll talk more about this. It's one of the best times of a person's life as far as luck and opportunity and transformational things that you set in place, that you want to have happen, and the energy working with you and in your favor, like the wind behind you, the sails, instead of trying to push against, it's going in the direction you want. So it's exciting. It's really exciting. And it's so perfect because around your time of the year, when your birthday is, and you represent the beginning of the astrology new year, in March, that's when all the planets are forward, and it's so wonderful. I can feel it now as I'm speaking about it. But your highlighted connection is a person, or, okay, Taurus. This isn't the first time we've had you dealing with Taurus, and it makes perfect sense. The nodes have changed. They went from Sagittarius, Gemini to Taurus and Scorpio, and that happened this month as well, in January, I should say. And that'll be for another year and a half. Taurus is a very earth-grounded, Venus-ruled, sensual, practical, money-oriented sign, okay? You have a great understanding, the Taurus, of how to manage money and not let it manage you, and how to really invest in the proper things and talk to the right people and have that patience yet again. So I really like this. I've known a lot of partnerships that are Aries and Taurus, extremely strong, completely different from earth to fire, right? And yet you work because you both have the fundamental thing inside of you that wants to succeed, that's going to go for it at any cost, and I think it's a powerful, beautiful combination. I think it's very complementary. And yeah, there might be times of stubborn, like, oh, I'm not going to budge. That could be a part of it. I hope not, because that would set you back. There can be such great strength and love of all types. Like I say, when it comes to love in my readings, it's all forms of love. Excuse me. So let us now go on to the actual 4 major category readings regarding this highlighted connection, but also all of your relationships, okay, Aries, because that's what it's about. And I know that these 4 categories tend to cover most questions that most people, even without relationships, you know, in their own life and their own drives and circumstances, what can you guide me with in this regard? Because you're always the one that's going to be fully in charge in the end. I'm so sorry with the clearing of the throat, but let me get a little tea here. So matcha green tea, my favorite. Yeah, you're always the one that's going to be having the last say, okay? Because we always have a lot of choices in life. And so as we approach February, 2 cards just fell out. I'm using this beautiful light seer deck. I used it in January. I'm using it again. I love it. I see it often. I have 2 wonderful, all 3 actually came out. I'm going to shake those up though, because I'm not necessarily interested. I think it fell rather than popped out. Lost my train of thought. I just love these. And so I want to get to even more familiar. I love the illustrations. I love the demonstration of how the symbolism, easy to read, and just really, really wanting to get more acquainted for yet another month. And then I'll switch up again. But I do have a new oracle divination, which is the rune, and I'll talk about that in a moment. So this Taurus highlighted connection that I spoke of, it doesn't have to be someone you're involved with, but it could be, very clearly. And with this retrograde Venus, it's been a lot about introspection in regards to relationship. And then I'll just say it quickly, but there's a Mars-Venus connection happening, and it's starting at the very beginning of February. And it's going to be powerful. It's going to go about 2 months. Not that it's exact the whole 2 months, but this is relationship. This is dynamics. This is power. This is strength. This is really, it's love. It's all the beautiful things that relationships involve themselves with, but it's also the clarity, you know, knowing, do I want to go forward? Do I want to stop it and move forward in another direction? All of that's going to come to the forefront. And that's what Mars and Venus does, but it's also extremely seductive and sensual and fun. I would imagine a lot of people will get engaged and committed to in this year. I really believe that. This is a 6th year. It's a more balanced year. It's a year of Venus. It's the 6th. A lot of Venus, a lot of energy about that. You know, who doesn't want to hear that? I know I do. It's my ruling planet. I don't see it necessarily in my life in romantic ways. I'm not saying no to that. But I love relationships. I do. I love that connection. I miss that. I want that a lot. And I'm preparing for it. I hope you are as well. So the first category is always the overall energy, bringing you to the reading. And you have the 3 of Wands. And this is so amazing because this is you. This is your fire. This is your energy, your motivation, your courage, your strength you have. And if it's not you, Aries, it's Leo and Sagittarius. Equally the same as far as that very pure and authentic passion and spirit that you carry with you as a fire sign. I mean, and by the way, we did and we are in the sign of Aquarius season now, okay? So that's an air sign. And you know, Jupiter was in Aquarius all last year, and now Saturn is staying in Aquarius as it was last year through the remainder of this year. So it's this Uranus ruled sign of Aquarius, because we're in Aquarius season, and we will be through the 20th of March, 21st of February. Forgive me. The retrograde still gets me. It really does. I'm working on it always. But the mind is not as clear. It's very evident to me. And so I apologize. I'll just repeat it the proper way. And the thing is that air and fire do extremely well. So this is a very positive time now that we're moving out of the retrograde, and we've had a lot of time to think and do our due diligence. And this is what it's about. You're looking into, the ships are coming in. You're not interested in what's happened back there. That's something I will say about fire signs. They are very future oriented, present and future. It's not that they don't think about the past. Of course they can. And of course, if you have water in your chart, you're very sentimental and you're definitely thinking about that. It's emotional, you know, and it reminds you, things remind us of things, songs, you know, people, circumstances, places, smells. But this is you just saying, Bring it. I'm ready. I'm ready, 2022. What you got? And with Jupiter going in, like I said, your sign, there's really no stopping the possibilities for you. So I love that right off the bat. It's a gorgeous card. He's got the surfer there. It's about water too. Interesting with this, you know, Jupiter sign in Pisces, which is about creativity, and talk about love and passion and selflessness and caring and community and wanting to, you know, work and help and just build upon more stability with connection and friends and people and getting out and seeing more and doing more. It's all a part of what we all want, and it is happening and it is coming. It's just slower than we thought, right? But it all works out. It truly does. So the second category is the possible blessings or obstacles, Aries. And you have the Ace of Wands. So I'm just saying to you that everything I'm feeling as I'm reading this to you and what the cards are suggesting is that it's on. It is absolutely on, and you're feeling it at this moment, regardless of the retrogrades. It's always in there. And you're planning and you're preparing and you're ready to just hit the ground running. Let's say starting, like I said, February, retrograde goes stations direct on the 3rd or 4th. You know, I've heard both. Let's just say the 4th. So, and then the shadowy. So let's just say mid-February. You're really going to be like, I'm starting this, and it doesn't matter to me about what's happening in the stars. It's in my gut. It's in my heart. It's definitely in my spirit. I'm doing it. And I don't know what that is. I don't know if it is a relationship. I don't know if it's a business you've had in mind that you had to postpone and it's been, you know, delayed and all the things you've spoken about, but it's not now. It's not now, okay? Don't you give up. And I know you don't. You're not a quitter. If anything, you'll just start a new, you know, idea or something, which is beautiful. I love that about you. I admire and respect you, in fact. So the third category is the financial category, or what you consider to be wealth. How is that doing? What's happening? 2 cards just fell out this time. And I'm going to do this. I'm going to put one in the center and then take this bottom one, okay? Because I don't know what it is. And I want you to know when I know. Okay, so finances, yeah, wealth, your well-being, of course, is essential. You know, it just has to be for you to be your best and to, you know, be at your optimal speed. And you get the 2 of Cups. Oh my gosh. It's about love. It's about partnerships. It's about really, really connecting. And I'm telling you, the Venus-Mars, you're ruled by Mars, Aries. So this Venus-Mars thing it's you may not even know it yet. You may not understand it just yet. It might be something like, for me, like, what? I love my life. I love my family. I love my kitty. Love my job. Love a lot of things. But maybe there's someone coming in that you don't know about. Like, be open to that if it's something you're interested in. If not, that's cool too. This is a partnership in some way, though. It's very clear, and it does have to do with filling your cups. So that filling of cups could be certainly emotional stability, which we all really want and want to work on and keep that balance. Remember now, Venus retrograde or forward is either Libra accented or Taurus, because that's the ruling planet. And Libra is all about balance and relationships. And that's the Venus part of the Mars that's out and happening, as well as Taurus. So they're a connection of the 3, definitely. And so bear that in mind, because sometimes there is absolutely power in that partnership aspect that helps you to grow and to prosper and to feel that abundance in whatever way that is for you. But I feel it for you. And just take away the equation of romance. Just know that there's a secure, really positive energy. And this is the water element of Pisces, which I told you is in Jupiter's in Pisces, as well as Neptune. So we're talking about imagination and creativity beyond, okay? You're going to notice it. You're going to be more emotional. Yes, even you, Aries. Not that you're not. I know you are, but I'm just saying you're a lot of times focused on how can I make it happen? Let's just make things happen. Let's just get it moving. Let's, you know, it's physical, it's everything, and being careful about that. So there's that balance. But also just opening that heart chakra, and a lot of good stuff's coming in. Okay, this is very beautiful reading. Love these cards. How gorgeous. Okay, last but not least, The fourth category is that of surprises and wishes. Wow, I can't believe it. You've got the Three of Pentacles, and it's like Three of Pentacles represents absolutely cooperation. It's the mastery of what you do, what your mindset is, making it just like doing the final touches. You're not satisfied with anything but the best. I know that about you, Aries. You only want the best. My dad, God rest his soul, was an Aries. And he told me from a very young age, buy the best, do your best. It lasts longer. You know, you can buy something less expensive 6 or 7 times, but it's buy the best the first time, save up, do what you got to do, and you will be very grateful that you did, because it will be the one that lasts, generally speaking. But this is not just about what you buy materialistically, though that Taurus energy that I've spoken about is very much a part of this year and will be for a while. And so considering that too, just how the quality, the understanding of your importance and what you provide for others, and, you know, just loving and appreciating what you offer always. And it's just so beautiful. I've not seen this card since I've been doing the readings with this card. And it's like a macrame from back in the day. I used to do macrame. But it's also like almost the light signal, you know. Stop, caution, and go. What's it for you? Are you ready? Because there's people here to help you. And I mean, I know you're not one to usually ask for help, but feel free to do so. You've got this very prominent, clear indication there's someone that you could work very well with or be with that's going to really help you feel amazingly wealthy in some respect. But also just knowing that you are excellent at what you do. And don't stop, okay? Don't stop believing. Just keep on achieving. It's you all over, Aries. It's you all over. Absolutely beautiful. And I love it. There's bookends of 3s. So 3 is, once again, this is what the year is going to show us. It's not about individualism as much. It's about collaboration, cooperation, connection. And it's going to really, really be, I think, a really beautiful feeling with that, because it's been missing. I know it has, and it certainly has for myself and a lot of people. So hold on to that, and hopefully you resonate. A lot of times this is for the sun, but do watch your moon, your ascendant or rising, and Venus placements, because they absolutely are who you are as well. You're way more than just your sun sign. The sun sign is essential, you know, and it's your personality and your vibrancy and the month you're born and all the wonderful stuff. But you have a lot to you. So I always want to ask that you recognize that. And now I'm going to read this wonderful next oracle. So what happened is I asked for these flashcards for my beautiful runes, because I love the runes. They're one of the most incredible oracle divinations. And of course, they are based off the, oh my gosh, please forgive me, holy mackerel. I want to say the Greek alphabet. And please forgive me. I'm so sorry. I did read this, but I'm going to read again real quick, because I'm almost positive all the letters, but I want to make sure I'm talking about the right thing, because that's always pretty nice to do. Just thought I could, because I was reading this before. I'm trying to study point and case. Back in high school, right, or elementary, when you used flashcards, it was to help you. So the word rune actually means secret or mystery, discovering the meanings and learning to interpret them. Ancient mythological origins dating back approximately 2,000 years ago. Now so the system of symbols or glyphs was an early form of alphabet from Northern Europe. So let's just leave it at that. They're powerful. I've read these for years and not memorized them. So that's my goal. So, but it just seemed to fit so well in my life. It was almost miraculous to me. So I wanted to incorporate that this time. And by pulling a rune and then finding the, appropriate card to describe to you and tell you what it has to say. Okay? Hope that makes sense. So, did I just pull one out? I did. And what I got was what I consider looked like a check mark. And I don't know if you can see it, But I'm going to set this right here and find that same rune and read to you what it means. Okay? And this is for February. I would say the whole month because, like I said, who knows what's happening? And I hope to get these all out, but I don't know. But I'm just going to do what I can. And then when I'm recovering from my surgery, it'll probably be a week or two until I can get in here. But I definitely want to be doing readings and connecting and just, practicing my spirituality. It's everything. It's so essential to me. Is this going to be the last one? Forgive me. A lot of waiting on this particular video, huh? It is. It's like the last one. Okay. Well, I shuffled them up. Now, what I will tell you is the rune itself is Laguz. And I don't know if it was reversed or not, because that's one thing they should definitely be showing you, right? But I'm going to say it isn't. The pronunciation is Laguz. It's number 21, the rune 21, and the theme is flow. And I love that because of the energy of Pisces Jupiter being in Pisces. Pisces is the mutable sign. It's all about going with the flow, the duality of the fish. Like, let's do this. Let's just bring harmony and love. Let's be accepting. There's no boundaries as to what we can have, receive, give. It's flow. It's perfect. And flowing, okay, so the key words are intuition, extremely heightened with Pisces energy, emotion, cleansing, flowing, life, and movement. I'm sensing a lot of movement in your life. I'm sensing the cooperation, as I said, the beginning of things. Your intentions are there with the Three of Wands. The magical working, developing intuition, attuning with currents, the different times, the different, energies that we're always being affected by, cleansing rituals. And I don't know what that means to you, but you might be interested in that on a physical way and reality. Or it could be like for me, just making sure I have a lot of stuff out of the house that's not necessarily needing to be here to clear the way, so to speak. Initiations and blessings, and I love hearing that. We all have them. They're with us every moment, and when you sit and you actually recognize it and give gratitude for that, they just keep coming in. It's like a vacuum. It sucks in all that beautiful stuff. The key phrase is the life-giving strength of water, keeping hydrated, the flow, being around water. Maybe you want to take a little vacation with all this stuff that's just kind of like, haven't been able to do much. Let's just get away, even if it's a staycay for a weekend. Looking into the depths for information. Cleansing with clean, flowing energy. Let the current guide you. Trust in the co-creation of life and the divine guidance always there for us. So I love that. And it's all systems go, Aries. So I hope that you fully and truly resonate with these messages now, but also give it time, because with the changing of the guard, so to speak, and the finalization of these retrogrades happening, like I said, mid-February for sure and onward, it can be very, very incredibly prosperous and abundant kind of energy surrounding you, which is the kind of energy you have anyway. You're like a child. You're so exuberant. You see things in a beautiful childlike way and never let that go, okay? So thank you so much for tuning in. If you liked it, please do like, share, subscribe. It's so helpful for my channel and it will help it to grow, which is my full intention. And if not, just come back, because I'll be here for you whenever I possibly can. And as of now, could be mid-March, February, but I know for sure I'll be back for March, okay? So I love you. Thank you again, and take good care. Bye for now.